銀河鉄道39
All right, let's read Chapter 8 of Volume 2 of Galaxy Express 39. This is Sono ni, so Part 2. The chapter is split into Sono ichi, Sono ni, Part 1 and Part 2. This is Part 2 of Chapter 8. We may have to take 2 parts to get through this, so this is our own Part 1. The previous chapter, this is the planet of like the fossil warrior or something like that. This guy had attacked Tetsuro with this sword, claiming that he was stealing the fossils, and it ended with this Jabba, and someone yelling Tetsuro, and looking like his robe got slashed. So here we go. Itai, itai, itai. Ow, ow, ow. And there you go. Otoko desho, gamman shinasai, kore kurai. You're a man, right? Hang in there, persevere, do perseverance to this extent. So apparently he did get sliced. So again, Chapter 8, Kaseki no Senshi, the warrior of fossil, or the fossil warrior. Again, Sono ni, Part 2. So here we go. Apparently Meitoru was the one stitching him up. Let's zoom in now and see what she has to say. Musubime. Musubime ga nai dakedo. The binding eye? Musubime. No, musubi. Oh, the knot. Okay, so knot doesn't exist, but dakede. Oh, no. Knots, with knots not existing. Musubi ga nai dakede. Yeah, with knots just not existing. 20世紀の切り傷の縫い方と同じよ、哲郎。A 20th century 切り傷 cut, nui kata, sewing way. So a way of sewing up cuts from the 20th century, the same as that, tetsuro. Onaji yo, it's the same. That like doesn't have any knots, apparently, something like that. Ato kata mo itami mo naku. Ato kata mo, so a scar. Yeah, without leaving any trace. Without leaving any trace. And without being painful. Even though able to heal. Naoseru no ni. Even though able to heal without any trace and without any pain. Dou sedakara. Narubeku kakkoyoku seidai ni nuime no nokoru kyushiki na yarikata de nutte kurette itta no wa anata yo tetsuro. Okay, so she's basically saying, even though I could heal you without pain or without a scar, you're the one who said, heal me with using this ancient technique, in essence. So again, without leaving any trace and without being any pain, even though able to heal. Dou sedakara, for some reason, as much as possible, narubeku, kakkoyoku seidai ni, stylish or cool, seidai ni, grand, preposterous, nuime, seam or suture or stitch, remaining old style, kyushiki. Yeah, old style way of doing things. With that, please sew up. As for the one saying it, it was you, Tetsuro. So again, as for the one who said, please sew up using the way of this old way of styling, the old way of doing it with a remaining seam or suture in a grandiose way that looks cool as much as possible, etc. Even though she could do it without pain or without leaving a trace. You're the one that wanted that. So there you go. He asked for it. Ude ni buta gitte kureta yo na, aitsu. Okay. Hadeni. So, flashily butagite, like striking or cutting. Yeah, chopping. Hadeni. So, yeah, that guy, like, randomly did some slashing. Yeah, showy, gaudy, flashy. Kubi ga tobanakute yokatta wa. The head not being cut off, I'm glad. I'm glad your head didn't cut off. Remember, Tetsuro noticed all the corpses around there with their heads cut off. Okyaku-san moshi wakaremasen ga resha o orite kudasai. Okay, so Mr. Guest, sorry, but please depart from the train. Huh? Anata wa teiki o nakushita. As for you, commuter pass, like not having, or it's become nothing. Nakushi. Yeah, it's been lost. So yet again, あの男はあなたを切って定期を奪ったわ. As for that man, cutting you and stole pass. あなたは乗車資格をなくしたというわけ. As for you, the passenger, what was shikaku? Shikaku. Passenger qualifications, that's the reason you've lost the qualifications to be a passenger. Yet again, pass gets stolen, they get attacked every damn planet. 盗もうと奪い取ろうと兵器を持っている者が100なのよ. Okay, so like whether stolen or snatched, as the person holding the pass is the customer, is the guest. Ginga Tetsudo de wa, as for with the Galaxy Railway, namae o kakikaereba sore de ii. So as for with or for the Galaxy Railway, if it's just exchanging the name or writing a different name, that is good. So a little bit odd because on the previous planet, wasn't the literary master kicked off the train because he had Tetsuro's pass? I guess he just failed to write his own name on it. Okay, so there we go. Tetsuro is off the train. Ju wa mochimashita ka? Do you, as for gun, possessed, do you have your gun? Motta yo. I got it. Sorry. She didn't sew up his coat or his Hancho. Oh, Okyaku-san, Mr. Guest. どいて私も降りるから。Oh, that's him. Oh, like guest or customer. She is saying, どいて私も降りるから。Move, because I also will get off the train. しかし、あなたは But as for you, 降ろしなさい. This is like an order to get off. 降ろし. Oh, let me off. 降ろしなさい. Yeah. Okay. のこのこあっちの彫刻岩を身に一人で降りてやられたのは僕の責任だから。ほっといてくれていいんだよ、メーテル。Okay. のこのこ。Nonchalantly. Okay, nonchalantly, that direction's sculpture rocks, getting off, and like going alone to look. So, and as for being done in. So, as for being, yeah, getting off nonchalantly, those rock sculptures over there, going to look alone and getting off the train, and as for being done in, it's my responsibility. So, because of that, do the favor of like leaving me alone. ほっといてくれ. That would be good, メーテル。私は哲郎が一緒に行ってくれるから列車に乗ったの? As for me, this is メーテル. As for me, 哲郎, together, because doing the favor of going together with Tetsuro, like got on the train. Like I got on the train because like riding together with you, Tetsuro. Tetsuro ga oriru nara, Tetsuro if getting off the train, watashi mo oriru wa, then I also will get off the train. Ki ni shinai de. Don't worry about it. Oh, okay. I'll zoom out in a second so we can enjoy this, but you get the extent of it. この岩を見てきてやられたんだ. Okay, this stone or these stones coming to look at was done in. 生きてるよね、綺麗な岩. They appear living, they look like they're alive. They're pretty stones. Oh, it's also the woman. So he's saying this rock came to look at was done in. And so it looks like it's alive. It's a pretty rock. So again, there was the one that looked like this woman. Okay. Oh, interesting. I guess the either they, I don't know. 定期を奪った男は列車に乗る? As for the man who stole or snatched the commuter pass, will ride on the train. He'll get on the train. すると、その男の家が空き家になるというわけね. When doing so, or if doing so, that man's home will become an empty home. It's that sort of a reason, or that sort of a thing will be happening. Akiya, it just literally means empty home. Yeah, a vacant house. Gomotomo. gomotomo. You are quite right. Or plausible, natural. Indeed. Okay. 家を探しましょう. Let's search for the house. この近くだよ、きっと. It's in this vicinity, certainly. あいつはあの上から飛び降りてきた. As for that guy, from that above, so from up there, came and flew down. 登ってみれば, if try to climb, あった、あれだ, there it is. It's that thing. あれが家? That's a house? Like that thing, a house? あれは宇宙船の残骸みたいだよ. As for that thing, a spacecraft remains, it looks like. It looks like the remains of a spacecraft. Okay. All right, as usual, this is the halfway point of the chapter, but we're only at like 15 minutes or so. So I think the latter half is going to be long again, but I think we can do it in one shot. So let's go for it. Let's keep going, Mr. Kramer. That thing looks like a spacecraft, the remains of a spacecraft. Kono fune wa kousei kankou kaiyou no honkakutekina na daiuchusen da. Okay, so as for this ship, Kousei kankou kaiyou. Kousei is star kankou. Okay, we're not going to get that. Kousei, star, as in not a planet or meteorite, as opposed to wakusei or hoshi, which can mean either, apparently. Kankou, kankou kaiyou. Okay. Okay. Okay, kokai is like sail or voyage, and yo is use. So this is like star interval or star area voyage use. Honkakuteki. Honkaku, like fundamentally, normally. A normal giant spaceship. Okay, so as for this ship, it's a normal or regular giant, a standard giant spaceship for use of traveling like between stars. Okay, so they're walking up to it, so it's huge. All that technology, and that's how he cooks his food. Yappari koko ni ita no ka? As I thought, was here in this place. Mada atatakai wa. It's still warm, you know. Saki made itan da ne. Up until earlier existed. So was here up until earlier. Naibu wa sore hodo itan de inai na. As for the interior, that extent, it existing itande inai is not existing. Wait, what is this? Itande. Is itamu? No, itamu. Oh, being damaged. Okay. As for the interior, that extent of being damaged, it is not. So the interior is not really that damaged. as opposed to the exterior, which looks pretty damaged. So as for the interior, この船の動力はまだ生きて動いてるわ。This ship's movement power, as for that, it's still surviving and moving. 動力, internal power, maybe? Yeah, just power. Yeah, the ship's power is still working, basically. Okay, let's keep going. 迷路のようにややこしい構造の船ね。Like a labyrinth. ややこしい. Puzzling construction of a ship. So the ship's construction is puzzling like a maze, isn't it? ここから向こうのブロックは完全な状態だ. From this place, as for the block on the other side, 向こうのブロック, it's the perfect condition, complete condition. ここから, from here to the block on the other side, it's a complete condition. Maybe like that must be all of it. 状態 just means like condition, circumstances, state. Okay. So maybe he's just saying like that's it. Uh-oh. Ah! This is the part in the video game where you have to run away while he chases you. Oh my! You! Duh! Oh! He's got his gun this time. Oh! Okay. 私たちは諦めて列車から降りたのに、どうして乗らなかったの? Okay. As for us, 諦めて. Oh, clearly. Giving up. Because gave up on the train. As for us, like because we gave up on the train or abandoned the train. Oh, kara, and even though we got off, why didn't get on? So even though we got off the train and abandoned it, why didn't you get on the train? Or I guess maybe like, as for us, because we gave up and we stepped off from the train, even though we did that, why didn't you get on? Why didn't you ride? Well, apparently he can still talk. お前たちが化石泥棒じゃないと分かったからさ。Okay. He's laughing and saying, you guys, fossil thieves aren't understood. And that's why. And then he laughs. So I understood that you guys weren't fossil thieves. 化石泥棒の定期だったら遠慮なくいただいて、俺もそろそろこの星を出ようと考えていた。Okay. Fossil thieves pass.
Hello there.
If it were. So if it were the pass, the commuter pass of fossil thieves, without hesitation, will receive or would receive. And I also soon, leaving this planet, was thinking about. So basically, if you had been thieves, without hesitation, I would have taken the pass and thought about using it to leave the planet. 化石の番人の役も飽きたのでね。Okay, bannin is like guardian. So and yaku is duty or role. Yeah. And we already saw akita, which in this case is to lose interest. It's because lost interest or got tired of even being a guardian, the duty of a guardian of the fossils. Now, interesting. He uses akita, which again means like to have enough of something, to lose interest in it. He's saying he's lost interest in the duty, the role of a guardian of the fossils. しかし、お前たちは化石泥棒じゃなかった。However, as for you guys, fossil thieves, you weren't. それでは、この星から出る理由がない。すると死ぬしかないのだよ。As for that thing, meaning that you weren't thieves, from this planet leaving, reason does not exist. There's no reason for me to leave this planet. And so there's like nothing to do but die. There was nothing to do but die. Yeah, thereupon. Yeah, okay. It was nothing to do but die. どうせ自殺するのなら、怪我をさせたお前に撃たれたかった。That's why, or why, killing oneself, if it's killing oneself and being wounded by you were attacked. 撃たれたかった. Okay. Yeah. Well, I can't quite figure out. He's basically saying he attacked Tetsuro because he wanted to be killed by him. Because he didn't want to kill himself. Jisatsu suru no da. If it's killing oneself, being wounded by you, and then like we're attacked. なんでここの化石がそんなに大切なんだ? Why these fossils that sort of a precious thing? Why were these fossils so precious? 岩の彫刻が sculptures of stone? 俺が昔この星をこの船で旅立って宇宙へ出た時. Okay, I'm the one a long time ago, this planet, in this ship, traveling from and into space went time. I guess a long time ago, there was a time that I left into space to travel in this ship, left this planet. この星は大勢の同胞で溢れかえっていた. As for this planet, many doho, many compatriots, fellow countrymen, with that was flowing. Okay, so when he left to travel into space, he said the planet at that time was overflowing, afure kaeteita, with large numbers of countrymen, fellow countrymen. 俺が 宇宙に出たのは Okay, so like I'm the one into space as for going out. Or as for going out into the space, me. 地殻正体不明のガス運の調査のためだった。To this planet, approaching Shotai. Well, you can kind of guess where this is going. Shotai. A natural shape. I'm not sure why Shotai. Natural shape approaching an unknown, a mysterious gas cloud. Investigation for that purpose, whatever. So basically, I left into space. I'm the one that left into space for the purposes of investigating a unknown mysterious gas cloud that was like nearby this planet. There you go. There's the mysterious gas cloud. It's just a giant cloud in space. You can guess where this is going. それが恐怖すべき化石かガス運だと分かったとき、もうこの星はガス運に包まれていた。That thing, meaning the glass cloud, 恐怖すべき. すべき is ought to be feared. The time that I understood that thing was a fossil transformation gas cloud that ought to be feared, already for this planet, as for this planet, the gas cloud had enveloped it. It was already enveloped by this gas cloud. A kaseki ka gasu-un. Okay. Tsutsumarete. Tsutsumaru. Tsutsumare. Isn't tsutsumu to envelop? Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's just the passive of it. Being enveloped, being wrapped up. Okay. 帰ってきた見たのは化石になった人間の群れだったよ。As for like returning, as for looking and coming back, or as for looking when coming back, it was a mass of people that had become stones, become fossils. 化石かガス? Fossil transformation gas? そんな夢みたいなことか? That's sort of a dreamlike thing? Meaning, like, how could something like that exist? 夢みたいな科学で立証できないことが宇宙にはよくある。Okay. Dreamlike, or through science, dreamlike, ritsu, sho. I guess it's risho. Proof. Demonstration. Not possible things. So things that aren't possible to prove through science that are like dreams, as for in space, they frequently exist. So basically, there's frequently things in space that science can't explain. They can't prove or demonstrate. 信じようと信じまいと、この星の人間は全部化石となって岩と同化してる。Believing or not believing, or whether you believe it or you don't believe it, as for the people of this planet, all of them became fossils and stone doka. And I guess like and absorbed into stone. So れ以来、俺は化石人の番人さ。And I guess like, and that's why I became the guardian of the fossil people. Okay, それ以来. Yeah, since that time. Oh, irai, got it. Since that time, as for me, fossil people's guardian. 他の星で売るために化石化人体を洞窟に来る奴らから化石を守ってきた。Okay. On other planets, for the purposes of selling, fossil people forms, 洞窟に来る, and coming to steal. Illegal mining, digging, grave robbing. Tokutsu. Yatsura. Because there are people, because those guys from other planets come to grave rob the fossil transform shapes for the purposes of selling them, came to protect the fossils. Or I arrived at protecting the fossils. いつの日か化石を元に戻す方法を見つけてくれる人間が来るかもしれないと思ってね。Well, we see this phrase a lot. So, at some day, fossils, a method for returning to original shape the fossils, doing the favor of discovering person, coming, perhaps thought. So I thought perhaps someday a person would come or people would come and discover a method for returning the fossils to their original form. Itsuka no hi. Or itsu no hi ka. In someday. Yeah, one of these days, someday. Okay, now I know why I picked that previous halfway point. There was a lot of dialogue in this latter half. We're almost there. 3 more pages. なあ、もし化石を元に戻すことができるようになったら、やってくれよな。Okay, so, right, or well then, if fossils to original state returning thing is possible, and if it seems to become that way, do the favor of doing it. Yatte kureru yo. So again, if it becomes the way of being able to the event of returning to the original form, the fossils, do the favor of doing that. Hora, teiki wa kaesu zo. Check it out. As for the commuter pass, we'll return it. So here's this commuter pass. We can see, you can't quite see his name on it. Oh, he took his name off. Passes it over. Dot, dot, dot. 道理で彫刻が立派だと思ったよ。そうね。道理で。Like, that's why? 道理. Indeed. Yeah. Like, 道理で. That's not the dori that I thought, but that works. 道理で. So indeed, or it's no wonder that thought the sculptures were splendid or that they looked incredible. So indeed. もし化石を元に戻す方法が分かったら、僕にはできそうにないけど、方法を知ってるやつに出会ったら。Okay, so if understand or if come to know a method for returning to the original state, the fossils. As for to me, if it seems to be possible, wait, 僕にはできそうにないけど。僕には as for to me, seeming to be possible, it isn't, but like I don't think I can do it, but 方法を知ってるやつに出会った if meet a person that knows a method, きっと腕づくでもここへ連れてきてやるよ。約束するよ。Certainly, 腕づくでも with brute force, even with brute force to this place will bring that person here. I make a promise. I do that promise. To bring someone, we'll do that. I will do that and bring them here. Oh, I guess he died. And now they buried him. Okay. でも、but メートル、この化石が元に戻ることが本当にあるのだろうか? So, but メートル, these fossils, to their original state, returning event, truly, does it exist, I wonder? Would it truly be possible, I wonder? さあね. She often gives these very non-committal answers. This is really like, who knows? Well, you know. Let me zoom out as they're leaving, passing through this valley of all the transformed people. One more page. So there we go. The train's leaving. We even get a little break out of the thing. And we get our closing paragraph. Let's zoom in and do it. Okay. Jikan no seishi shita hoshi ga uchu ni wa tokoro dokoro ni aru. Okay, like time, calm, and stopping planets? Seishi. Stillness. Yeah. So planets that have stilled time or stand still in time. As for in space, they exist here and there. その止まった時間が再び動き出したとき、宇宙の歴史がどう変わるのか誰にもわからない。その止まった時間。Those stoppings of time, a second time beginning to move time, the cosmos's history, how will it change? Nobody knows. Okay, so if the time that you could kind of take this as if those places that have stopped, the time when they start up again a second time, how would it change Earth's or the cosmos's history? Nobody knows. 動いている星も止まっている星も遠くから見るとみんな同じように瞬いているだけだ。瞬い。Oh, 瞬いて。瞬い。To twinkle. Okay, so even moving stars, even stopped stars, from afar, if you look, all of them in the same way are just twinkling. Okay, that is the end of chapter 8. The fossil, the warrior of the fossils. Okay, there we go. That is the end of chapter 8. We'll read next time chapter 9. I believe this is the last chapter of this volume. So we'll take a look at the stuff at the end and do a preview of volume 3 next time.